Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome to the channel, and please do hit the subscribe button to be part of the next channel. So it's 2020, welcome to the new year, and to everybody that wants to study nursing this year, please do not register yourselves with Fly by Night. Make sure that you watch my previous content of accredited nursing schools for 2020, you guys. Don't be too desperate. It doesn't matter if a college has been accredited before, but if it's not accredited now, you can't register with them. Anyways, that is not the purpose of today's video. Today's video is a health education. As you can see, I'm still at work. It's currently 4 o'clock. And I am done with my patients, but I thought let me sit down and just take 2 minutes to film this video and educate people about this epidemic, which is called HIV. I think you guys have heard on a lot of my videos where I actually mentioned I'm very passionate about HIV, but however, I've never used this platform to share what I really love about HIV and why am I so passionate about it. So this video, it's me health educating you guys about HIV. It doesn't matter if you are HIV positive, HIV negative, if you are acquainted to anyone that is living with the disease, but you definitely need to watch this video. So don't go anywhere, continue watching. But before we do that, hit the subscribe button. We are coming right back. So you guys, the first thing that I actually want to discuss is to state what is HIV. I will be using this manual that we normally use to give health educations. What is HIV? HIV is not a disease. We need to clarify that part because people have a tendency of saying HIV positive people have AIDS. There's a difference between HIV as well as AIDS, okay? So HIV is a virus that enters your body and it ends there. It's a virus that enters your body. This virus is very clever. It uses the human's body cell, like your normal CD4 count cells. It kind of like replicates itself to look like your normal body cells so that your antibodies may not be able to fight it or to recognize it. It makes more cells and more cells of HIV when it enters your body. And it attacks your CD4 count, destroying the immune system, and it makes your body defense very weak. So that's basically what HIV is. It's a virus that is very clever. It enters your body and then it takes the image of your cells. And in that way, it makes it very, very difficult for your antibodies to fight it. Like when you normally have flu, you know, you get the bacteria of flu, and your antibodies are able to recognize it and they fight against it. But with HIV, it's very different. It camouflages and it becomes exactly like your DNA cell. That's why it's easy for it to kill your cells because nobody is able to pick it up. All they see is someone that looks exactly like them. So that's what HIV is. So people need to stop saying that HIV positive people are people with AIDS. There is a complete difference between HIV and AIDS. AIDS is a disease. HIV is a virus. Right now I want to talk about what happens when your immune system gets down. Let me say you get infected with HIV and then you don't start your treatment ASAP. What happens is that when HIV kills your CD4 count, which are your soldiers, it makes your body to be prone to infection. So infection can enter your body easily and you can become sick. And the most common infections that one can get from having a weak immune system are TB, pneumonia, diarrhea, as well as skin disease. So if you don't take your ART, which is your ARVs, as soon as you find out that you are HIV positive, or if you delay to go to the clinic when you are not well to actually pick up HIV on your system on time, then you would find yourself having one of these opportunistic infections, which is TB, pneumonia, diarrhea, as well as skin disease. So it is very vital for you guys to get tested earlier before your immune system becomes weak. So guys, now I want to talk about side effects. Do HIV treatment or ARVs really have side effects? ARVs, some do have side effects. In fact, they do. I don't think there's any tablet that doesn't have side effects. Some patients experience minor side effects which can occur first week of being on ARVs, and some of these feelings are like dizziness, diarrhea, headaches, and as well as feeling sick. But those are the minor side effects. And just because you're having those side effects, it doesn't mean you have to stop your treatment. Please, please, please don't stop your treatment because you're having side effects. What you need to do is to go to your clinic and tell your doctor or your nurse. You don't take the drug and throw it away and say, this thing makes me dizzy, this thing gives me a headache. No, you go back to the clinic and you tell your doctor or your nurse. And if you vomit the first hour after taking your treatment or your tablet, what you need to do is to take the dose again, because obviously you've taken out the contents of the tablet. So it's as good as you didn't drink it. Remember, first hour after taking the treatment, if you find yourself vomiting, you have to take the dose again. And also, the one other thing that is very important that you guys need to know is that if you find yourself that you are suffering from serious side effects, please, please, please don't wait for your return date, but go straight to your nurse or your doctor. Guys, now I'm going to talk about something that is very, very serious and close to my heart. Guys, as family members and friends of people who are HIV positive, we need to stop being judgmental. And you will not know if a person or your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad is HIV positive as long as you are stereotypical about the disease. If you become judgmental to people who are HIV positive, you will not know when your own family member has an HIV, because they will hear how you are talking about HIV positive people and they will not come to you to disclose. So guys, let us stop this thing when we are gathered as a family and we start dissing people who are HIV positive. We start making nasty comments about HIV. That thing, it makes our very own family members not to disclose to us, because already it's like we are giving them a perception of how we are towards HIV positive people. And when a person is HIV positive and that particular person is unable to disclose their status to anybody, in fact, that also becomes a burden on their lives. It becomes difficult for them to drink their treatment in your presence. Now they have to hide it or put it in containers that are not of ARVs. They have to drink it at different times because you are sitting there watching them and you are not giving them time to drink their treatment. But if I, as Sister Zanella, am HIV positive and I have a sister that is HIV negative and I know that she doesn't have a problem with HIV positive people, I'll be able to drink my treatment next to her, and she will also be able to give me the support that I need as an HIV positive person. But if I am judgmental and I label people with their diseases, it's not only about HIV but every other condition. We need to refrain from making nasty comments and funny comments about people's conditions, because we might not know. The following day, it might be you. No one is immune to any type of disease. No one is immune to any type of condition. So don't go around making comments about conditions that people might have, because your own family member might suffer from that. So please, let us support people who are having different diagnoses, not only, diabetes, hypertension, but even those who are having diagnoses such as HIV. We still need to support them and actually make them realize that we love them and we're walking the journey with them. And the last thing that I wanted to discuss with you guys is, what are the risks of poor adherence? What is adherence? Adherence is consistency. On YouTube, we're talking about consistency of creating content. Well, in terms of HIV, we're talking consistency of taking ARVs, and that is adherence. When we are saying good adherence, we meaning good consistency, but when we're saying poor adherence, we mean poor consistency. So people don't become consistent in terms of taking their ARVs because they are scared that someone else might see them at the clinic, that someone else might see them at their house taking ARVs. The only thing that, it might not be the only thing, but the most common thing that makes people to have poor adherence is stigma. It's stigma, guys. Let us stop stigmatizing HIV positive people so that HIV positive people can freely collect their treatment at the clinics, can freely drink their treatment even in a taxi on their way from home when they're coming from work. But people are so scared of being stigmatized and labeled to a point where it's 9 o'clock, he's in a taxi and he is scared of taking out his tablet and drink it. He has a bottle of water, but because of stigma, he is scared of taking out his ARV. HIV and drink it. And that is what we call poor adherence. If you do not take your ARVs every day, you will not have enough ARVs in your blood to fight HIV. So if you don't have enough ARVs in your blood to make HIV drowsy or sleepy, that's the language I normally talk with my patients, then it means HIV will continue killing your cells. You will be drinking the treatment, but your viral load will not be suppressed. It will be high at all times. So the HIV will multiply and destroy the CD4 count, which means you will get sick, like I said. Another consequence of not taking medication properly is resistance to ARVs. What is resistance? Resistance is when you take your treatment in and off, in and off, in and off. Eventually the treatment stops working. It doesn't matter now if you become consistent or not, but once you get resistance, the treatment stops working. And that's when we take you to second regimen. We have first regimen and second regimen in our treatments. That is something I'll explain on probably the next video that I'm going to make on HIV. But it makes you to be resistant. The treatment does not work anymore. It doesn't matter how much amount of treatment you have in your system, but it does nothing to HIV. So poor adherence also leads to resistance, and resistance is what could kill a person. And they are saying that if the HIV virus encounters few ARVs in the blood, it multiplies and transforms itself, and it becomes able to resist ARV treatment, meaning that your ARVs will no longer work to kill your HIV. Also, if you are struggling with taking your treatment, you should discuss with healthcare worker to assist you with the strategies to cope with poor adherence. But I would like to make a call to family members and friends, and in fact to the whole country and the whole community of people who are living with HIV. Guys, stop it with stigma. I think this is the reason I'm making this video. Let us stop stigmatizing people who are living with HIV. Sometimes we say things and do things that we are not even aware that we are actually stigmatizing people. But I want us to be conscious towards this epidemic and how we treat people who have it, even if we know that they have it or we don't know that they have it. So each and every single time you talk about HIV, talk about it as though someone who is HIV positive is around you, and ask yourself, Ukba, the words that are coming out of your mouth, are they gonna make this particular person to have good adherence or to have bad adherence? Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel today, and I hope I will make another episode on HIV and AIDS. And if you like this, please do share it with everybody that you know. It doesn't matter if the person is HIV positive or not. Just share it so that we can spread the information and we can conquer this good fight that we are fighting as a nation to eradicate HIV and AIDS. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, ask questions, anything. If you want to DM me and ask private questions, you can get me on my social media platforms on the description box. Love you guys so much. See you next time.